Hello everybody, my name is Torch and welcome to Scarland. If you are unaware of what this is the Hermitcraft Season 9 base of Good Times with Scar, right there in the background. Scarland is a theme park that is modeled mainly off of Disneyland, but also Scar's own imagination. And this was a passion project that Scar made in Season 9. And it was really fun to watch, and what he was able to accomplish is just amazing. When the season ended, there was the world download, and every time I come here to Scarland in the world download, it's just amazing. This place is, it's so cool. It's so cool. If you haven't come here in the world download, definitely do it. It's so fun. But there are still things that he never got to, and I've always thought it'd be fun to continue this project into something even more awesome. So today, I proudly present to you Scarland, the imagination continued. Now, before I commit myself to a series that I can't realistically do, because believe it or not, I'm a busy guy, I'm going to make a one-off video for today. So a singular video that isn't any sort of series or anything like that, just by itself. And if you like it, if I like it, and I feel like I can keep up with this, then I may do this as a full-on series and make all sorts of stuff in Scarland. Now, this will be in creative because the goal of this is to continue Scarland, and if I was in survival, it would just take unnecessary amounts of time. Now, again, it's super impressive that Scar was able to make all of this in survival. And if you haven't seen any of that, make sure to go and watch his whole Season 9 before you see this. But today, since it's October and spooky season, I thought it'd be fun to make the Scarland haunted house. So, let's get changed into a different outfit, shall we? And there we go, much better. I am a wither skeleton. Woo! Spooky stuff, beware. I'm a wither you. Anyways, so yeah, Halloween skin. Thought it would nice to be fun. So, let's start with figuring out where we should build. Okay, so I've looked all around Scarland for a little while, and unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of places that fit a haunted house at the moment. There's the castle, which is amazing. Then there's the volcano, and there's the Adventureland. There's Main Street, but there's no like area for an attraction that's like an old like building, kind of in the style that I'm looking at. So I'm thinking that for now, we're gonna put the haunted house here in this sort of area where this tree is, a little bit behind it. And in the future, if we want to, we can then, if we make some sort of town later or something along those lines, then maybe we can move it. But I think for now, right here in this area will do nicely. So let's get clearing. Okay, so now that we have the area cleared out, I am going to take a screenshot and then we can try to draw a little something here of like what we're kind of going for, and I can pull up some reference images and then we can start getting the base structure in place. So let's start drawing. Okay, so here we have the image of where we're going to make the haunted house, and now we're going to just kind of figure out what we're going for. So up here I have some images. So here we have the Disneyland haunted house, the one in California. And as you can see, it's very, I can't words, I don't know words, but it's very, ornate, I guess. It's very ornate, I guess. It's got like the white pillar and the railing, and it's very fancy. I don't know words. Anyways, and if we look at over here, this is the haunted house from Disney World in Orlando, and it's a different style, but it's kind of got the similar things. It's kind of got the similar like ornate and extravagance and thing. I don't know words, but fancy building, fancy. I don't know, man. And then this was the one from Hong Kong. This one is, I think it's like Mystic Manor. I don't think it's very like haunted or scary or anything like that. But again, it's very fancy and stuff. I'm looking at a little bit more like what Paris has. Paris has this. I think it's called the Haunted Manor, and it's a little bit more your normal old. It's definitely a mansion, right? It's a big house, or not. It's definitely more of a big house, but it's like, okay, this is Editing Torch. I'm going through the footage here, and I was just absolutely fumbling over my words here. Essentially what I'm saying is, I want your standard haunted house. You know, old rundown building, dead trees, spider webs, gravestones, all that fun stuff. And the haunted houses at Disneyland, at Disney World, at Hong Kong, and at Tokyo, which is the same one as Disney World, those are all just very well-kept, grand buildings. Whereas the Paris one is a little bit more your standard haunted house. Now, it's still like a big building. It's still like a grand building, but it's a little bit more rundown. And so now that I've kind of looked through a bunch of stuff and reference images, I think what I'm going to do is just take the Paris Haunted Manor and use that as my base, and then just kind of adjust things as I go on. So I'm not going to like copy it directly, but I'm going to copy it mostly, essentially. I'm going to just use it for heavy inspiration. So yeah, back to the video. So if we put this here, then, okay, so just a quick drawing of the house here for reference, and ignore my drawing skills, they're horrendous, doesn't matter. But yeah, so I think we're just gonna use this house as a base, and then in front of it I want to make sure we have a long queue for the line to take us kind of around into the side of the building, as well as having some gardens and stuff like that in front. So obviously this is terrible, but that being said, I do think I'm gonna just do a sort of version of this. I'm not gonna copy it one for one, but I do like the design of this, and I think this is kind of what I'm going for, and so I'm just gonna kind of use this as a guide for the most part. What we can then do is, if we want to, so I'm thinking for the line, people will be coming in here, and the pathway will kind of start from here and fade into, maybe we'll make it more of like a stone, like a cobblestone type deal, maybe? We'll see. And then we can kind of have the line curve to the left, maybe taking up some stairs. And we can take them maybe back here a little bit and around. And then back to the front. And then they enter the house. And then we can show, like, have the graveyard and stuff. So yeah, we're probably gonna have the line go here, and then maybe bring him to the left, and maybe have him go up the stairs and walk him around like a graveyard or something that's over here. Maybe we go, I don't really want to encroach on the castle. Well, we'll see how it turns out, but I want to take him around a little bit in the line, maybe through some cemetery or something, and then into the house. But for now, let's try to get the exterior done. So we should jump into a time lapse of me getting the base structure of the building in place, and then we can go from there. We'll figure it out. A time lapse. Go now. Go. Okay, so to start off, I'm just laying the foundations, getting the nice shapes going. But real quick, I started filming this video on the 13th of October. And since then, I have had such little time that it's now the 31st, and I want to get this video out today. And this is like the evening of the 31st. So, anyways, so turning my homework in on the last day, blimmin' heck. But yeah, so right now, just getting the base shape going. I'm using temporary blocks, not the final blocks. This is just what I had on hand: spruce, smooth stone. But so due to the location where I'm building on 45-degree diagonal, which, let me tell you, very interesting to do. I'm not a builder, friends. I'm not a builder at all. I'm a redstone person. So I think it turned out alright, but yeah, anyways. So yeah, there you see, I switched the main block to, I actually landed on mangrove logs and deep slate tiles for the roof, which I think turned out really nicely. And then I added the stone brick for this really nice, like, reinforced look on the roof. But yeah, 45-degree diagonal, that's very, very interesting. Not really done that before, so that was definitely a challenge. As you can see, I'm trying to do this one take, but so we'll see how that goes. So yeah, and the stone bits next to the building there, and then we're working on the awning for the kind of the first floor area here and the first floor porch. You can see there I changed the smooth stone to stone bricks, which I kind of use as one of my accents for this build. You can see me working on the windows up at the top. I originally started with mangrove, and then I landed on spruce as my accent for all the window details. And then I have the dark oak as some of my other details. You can see I have the dark oak fence down there, and then I have that also for a couple of other things in the later in the build. And then for the windows themselves, I have black concrete with a mixture of black, gray, light gray, and white glass to give it a nice, like, kind of abandoned look to it, which is really nice. I really like how that went. I've seen that done in plenty of other builds. Then I'm working on the door here. I thought of maybe having them be open, but I ended up having them be closed, at least for now. I think that just looked better. Right now I'm building the windows for the first floor, and as you can see, it feels a little bit like too many windows. So I ended up changing the second floor windows to be balconies. And those have windows as well, but they also have doors, and it just kind of is a different way to break that wall up. I feel like it looked better. I feel like before it was just like too many windows. So you can see me working on that, and then copying that over to the left side. And then getting in the the stone bricks for kind of the top bit of those, and then, like I said, the dark oak for the flooring of those balconies. Then we move over to the right side here, where I started doing some training. I kind of brought down the foundation of the building a little bit, and then I started bringing the grass out, and then I ended up changing that into podzol, which you'll see here in a sec. And I ended up doing a mixture of podzol and other stuff, but right now I wanted to do a dead tree as kind of a big center, or not center, but like a big focal point for this right side. And I'm happy with how it turned out. I feel like I did the roots and the trunk really nicely. The branches were alright. They were the best. I'm not a tree guy. Again, I'm not a builder. My brain's like, hey, you know what would look great with a haunted mansion? A dead tree. And I'm like, okay, I haven't done that before, but let's try it, I guess. So yeah, this is kind of how it turned out. Again, not the best, but I'm happy with it enough for the video. And again, like I could, but I could change stuff for days and always keep perfecting it. But at some point, I do have to release a video. And also, um, like you'll see here in the video, later in the video, I'm really, really stretching the release date on this video. So at some point, I did just have to finish. So I think I'm happy with the tree as it is for now. And then I started training over on the left side. And again, my brain's like, hey, you know what would look nice? A giant jack-o'-lantern. So yeah, that happened. And let me tell you, I haven't built pumpkins before, so that was weird. And then also, jack-o'-lantern faces, very difficult. Very, very difficult. It took me a long time to get that right. So I started out kind of this base, like, just perfect shape, and then I kind of deformed it and just kept adding blocks to it. I added some texture variation there, as if some parts were a little bit, like, damper or something. And then I worked on the face here, and eventually I got it right, especially with the teeth. The teeth really helped. The eyes took me a little bit while to get, and then I had a stem here. I eventually changed the stem right back here. So yeah, working on the eyes, getting those a little bit better, changing up the stem a little bit, getting a nice like curve, twist to it, which I liked. And then we add in a nice little graveyard here up on the left side there, and then adding some little walls to it. I think I might have gone a little overboard with the cobwebs, but I think I end up changing some of that. So yeah, graveyard on the left, pumpkin on the left, tree on the right. I feel like it's got a nice front garden look going for it. And then we did the details on the right and left side. Just a couple windows. I wanted to do that because those are visible on foot from the park. The back, unless you're like right by the castle, the back isn't visible. So I didn't end up detailing the back, but I did do the sides. And I really am building it, not doing the back. But I just, it's not necessary. Like, no one's gonna see it in the park, so I thought, no reason for me to do it. So yeah, just working on the windows for the right and left side there, and then I add the little spire to the top, and then I change the top fences to nether brick, and then that will do it. Okay, so there you have it. That is the haunted house for Scarland. I have, since the time lapse, I've gone through and I've done a little bit more extra detailing, lanterns. I changed this branch. Anyways, yeah, I'm really, really happy with how it's turned out. I think the shape is just really nice. I really like it. The windows, I feel like work really well. The roof, I'm really happy with. Like it looks just with like the brick kind of like reinforced. I love it. It looks so good. The pumpkin, that was really a random added addition, but I'm so happy that we have the kind of, this side has the tree and that side has the pumpkin. It's a nice like asymmetry to it. And then the graveyard, I feel like it looks pretty good. Like overall, like I don't mean to like toot my own horn too much, but like I'm really happy with how it's turned out. And we didn't end up adding the bit that kind of walked around like this, but that's okay. I think it's fine like this. I don't think it needed that necessarily. So yeah, overall, I am really, really, really happy with how it's turned out. I added a bunch of glow lichen so that if we look at it at night, it is a little bit more lit up. So boom. I said boom, there we go. Yeah, so it's a little bit lit up. It's nice, adds a little faint glow to it. So that, unfortunately, I was unable to get to the interior, but you know, that's alright. Project for another day. I have some cool ideas for that some point in the future I'll get to that. So yeah, that'll be about it. So thank you all very much for watching. If you liked it, please leave a like down below. if you want to see more of this stuff, please subscribe so that you can catch all the new stuff as it comes out, and it really helps me as a channel. Let me know in the comments, what else should I do in Scarland? What else should I add? What else should I work on? Do you want to see more of this type of video? And then yeah, comment your feedback. What do you think of this? What did you like it? How was the style of video? All that fun stuff. So with that, once again, I'd like to thank you so very much for watching this video and giving it a chance, and I will see you all next time. See ya!